Hello, theme parkeneers, and welcome to Theme Park News This Week, where we take theme park news, summarize it, analyze it, and give it right back to you. My name's Elizabeth.
And I'm Josh.
And enjoy Theme Park News This Week.
Alright, first things first, this week Cedar Fair announced some of their major new 2023 additions going to a couple of their parks, so we're going to give you the rundown on just a couple that we consider to be interesting. The first of these announcements is going to be going to Cedar Point with the Grand Pavilion and Wild Mouse. This is going to be the flagship parts of their boardwalk area, and it's going to be commemorating the original Grand Pavilion all the way from 1888. Now, personally, as far as I see it, this is great for Cedar Point. They're trying to become a destination park. They want to upgrade their experience, but they know that they're going to have to put in some major infrastructure for that to happen. And although we're not getting a new groundbreaking, record-breaking coaster, we're still getting a coaster, and we're getting this whole new massive building with a bar, with a restaurant, and with all of these other amenities for you to have while you're at Cedar Point on your next visits.
Now, I know an off-the-shelf Zamperla Wild Mouse may not be the grand addition we were all hoping for, but I think it's really nice that they're playing off the nostalgia, adding in a new Wild Mouse coaster, even though I think this coaster will have a few issues with capacity and not being able to move enough guests through. I'm still really excited to see how it plays out, and I think Cedar Point's moving in the right direction.
Next up in the Cedar Fair lineup, we're going to have Worlds of Fun, celebrating their 50th anniversary with some new experiences and entertainment. Their main show is going to be a new show called 50 Nights of Fire, which is going to be a large stage show with pyrotechnics, but also they're getting a new coaster in Zambezi Zinger. It's going to be a replacement for their old Schwarzkopf Jetstar with the same name. It's going to be a spiral lift hill. It's going to use both GCI's new Titan track and normal wooden track, and it's going to be one of the first coasters to feature Infinity Flyer trains.
And now the next Cedar Fair park we're going to talk about is Carowinds. Now, Carowinds will also be celebrating their 50th anniversary for the 2023 season. And how they're celebrating is they are completely redoing the Crossroads area of the park and changing it into Aeronautica Landing. Now, this is going to have 5 new flat ride attractions, 3 of which are going to be coming from Zamperla. That's going to be a Disco, an Air Race, and a Nebula Z. And there's also going to be 2 other flat rides. Alongside these 5 new attractions, Carowinds will also be getting 2 new dining spaces, and 1 existing dining space will be renovated.
Coming as our 4th park, Canada's Wonderland is going to be getting 2 new additions this year, 1 thrill ride and 1 family coaster. Their thrill ride is going to be Tundra Twister, which we have playing in the background right now. It's going to be a new prototype ride. It looks very interesting, and I honestly can't wait to ride it myself. And the second is going to be the family coaster called Snoopy's Racing Railway. It's going to be a family launch coaster, and just another thing I'm excited to ride at Canada's Wonderland.
Now, to play devil's advocate for a moment, I think both of these attractions could have much higher capacities if the company had chosen better rides to go with. Now, I'm not saying I'm not excited for these. I think they'll be very cool additions. I personally think there could have been a better selection to fit the park, just to control the crowds. Now, the next park we're going to talk about is Knott's Berry Farm, and they have 2 main announcements for the 2023 season. Knott's Berry Farm Hotel will be getting a rather large renovation, with common areas such as the lobby, conference rooms, pool, and pool area getting a refresh, and they will also be adding a brand new outdoor banquet venue for both personal and business use. Now, Montezumas Revenge is no more. We will now have Montezuma the Forbidden Fortress. There will be a new station, of course, new trains with comfort collars now, but past that, not much else is known about this new ride.
So, it appears that this new coaster is going to be very similar to Psyche Underground, in which they've taken away the flywheel launch and they're going to put a new launch on there. They're going to give it new trains, and they're going to revamp this old Schwarzkopf shuttle loop to breathe some fresh life into it. So, I'm really excited to ride Montezuma the Forbidden Fortress. And this year it looks like California's Great America has decided to expand their lineup of entertainment and events this year with new live shows, a couple returning attractions, some family fun, and water park additions.
Alongside these announcements also comes the fact that there's going to be a new area of the park called All American Corners, featuring a brand new musical and dance show called The Corner Notes. What I am most excited for is the fact that California's Great America will now be open all weekends beginning in January of 2023. So this expanded park calendar is perfect for anyone who's trying to make it out to the park. Up next, we have a few announcements from Halloween Horror Nights. Over at Universal Orlando, we do have our Full House lineup. So that's going to be The Weekend, Halloween, The Horrors of Blumhouse, Universal Monsters Legends Collide, Spirits of the Coven, Bugs Eaten Alive, Fiesta de Chupacabras, Hellblock Horror, Descendants of Destruction, and Dead Man's Wharf Winter's Wake. We also know that the 2 shows this year are going to be Nightmare Fuel Wildfire and Ghoulish, A Halloween Tale.
And over at Universal Hollywood, we also have the full HHN lineup. There's going to be 6 IP-based houses, including The Weekend, Halloween, Horrors of Blumhouse, Universal Monsters Legends Collide, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and La Llorona. They're going to have 1 original house, which will be Scarecrow the Reaping. Their terror tram will venture into the mind of Jordan Peele with his films Us and Nope. And the show for this year is going to be with the Jabberwockies. And on a bit of a more serious note, as far as the news goes this week, we had a roller coaster accident on the Fire Dragon coaster in Legoland Deutschland, or Germany. 31 guests on the train were injured, 14 were taken to hospital, but since then all 14 have been discharged. The park considered it to be a minor collision, and there have been no further details given on the situation.
Now, staying on that more serious note for just a moment, on Sunday there was a very unfortunate incident that occurred at Six Flags Great America, just about an hour outside of Chicago, Illinois. Now, a few guests drove into the parking lot with some pretty bad intentions that seemed to arise from a personal dispute. Now, 3 guests near the entrance of the park were injured as a result of these actions. Unfortunately, 2 of them were teenagers who were escorted to the hospital. Another was a guest who denied medical attention. Now, this is a very scary and a very real threat that we need to keep in mind. However, there was never any active threat within the park, and all guests inside the park were escorted out safely by police and park security.
You know, it's really tragic that someone could come in and have these bad intentions and do it. You know, we go to escape reality when we go to theme parks, so when reality catches up, just stay safe out there. Getting back to the brighter side of things here, Theme Parkeneers, we also have a new announcement from Chessington Worlds of Adventure with the World of Jumanji coming in spring of 2023. This park in the UK will be adding the first ever Jumanji-themed land and roller coaster. It's going to be a launched B&M Family Wing Shuttle Coaster. It's a real mouthful. But it's going to be featuring a Jaguar shrine that is 55 feet tall, and the entire land costs £17 million.
And I just wanted to throw this out there. I really think that Merlin is going to do a great job bringing the world of Jumanji to life. When you put a good company and a good IP together, I think it's just going to make for a great final product.
And coming off of that, especially from the perspective of a coaster enthusiast, seeing a B&M do something that most B&Ms don't do by being family and shuttle and launched, and seeing B&M come out of their comfort zone is something that's definitely going to play off interestingly, and I can't wait to see it.
And now up next we have the Storyville Gardens latest announcement, and that is Phoenix. Now Phoenix is going to be the park's B&M invert, but past that we actually don't know all too much. This is a developing park. Storyville Gardens is not set to open until the year 2025, so stay tuned and we'll see what updates we find along the way.
And that brings us to the end of theme park news this week. We really hope that you'll hit that subscribe button, like the video, and join our Theme Parkneers family. And don't forget to join us for theme park news next week.